Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on RPM. I'm Hendrik. Yes, today is motocross action, and believe me, it was good stuff. We'll also on RPM this afternoon, not only motocross, but also off-road. And as you can see, two studio guests with me today, both members of the KTM racing team, and off-roaders Darryl and Riaan van Niekerk. Welcome to the show. They've just been taking part in the Tonopah 300 race in Nevada. And Darryl, first of all, how big is that race?
It is a very big race. It's very similar to the racing that we have here at home. It's approximately 500 kilometers long in the desert, and there are approximately 100 entries.
Riaan, of course, you're more used to the 200cc bike. This time it was a 360 KTM that you had to ride on. Was the big thing to come to grips with the bike?
We had a practice day 2 days before the race, and I kind of get some time to ride the bike, and it still took me about half the race to get used to all the power, because it's not just a matter of opening and you go. There's a lot more power and it's a lot faster.
And Darryl, what were conditions like out there in the Nevada desert?
The conditions were very different to our desert, because we have a lot of thorn bush, and the terrain over there was much harder. There was a lot of low shrub, very hard shrub, almost like the Karoo type riding, and there was a lot more rock. Our desert is more open. We've got softer sand and less rock.
Riaan, and of course you had to share the bike with Darryl. It's a bit different, isn't it?
Well, we shared the bike. Darryl started off with a race, and I got on the second refill, and unfortunately Darryl had a bit of an accident, and I had to finish on my own.
So Darryl, how did it go, in fact?
I started riding first in the morning, and unfortunately after 20 miles I banged my head on the handlebars. I had a big wash away, and I was slightly concussed. I couldn't see out my left eye. And Riaan took over at the 90-mile mark, and he finished the race, and we finished second in our class.
So Riaan, a good result for you guys there in America, but of course you're also planning to go to Europe, isn't it?
Yeah, we're planning to go do the 6-day ISD in Italy, and there's 5 of us going to do the race.
Darryl, of course, you've done that race before. What is it like?
I think it's one of the toughest events in the world. It's 6 days long, continuous riding. We ride for approximately 500 kilometers a day, and it's very tough. It's part of the World Championship, and the best riders in the world are competing.
Riaan, of course, the real thing coming up next weekend, the Sugar Belt 400, the local championship, more important probably. How are you going to tackle the race?
I pretty much had a bad season since the beginning of the year, but I'm going to try my best and finish in at least the top 2 at the Sugar Belt, and hopefully it will work out well for me.
Darryl, you didn't have such a good start to your season either. Have you now fully recovered from your injuries?
Yes, I think I have. I've been battling for the last 3 months. We rode our first regional last weekend, which I won, and I'm feeling very comfortable and looking forward to get back into the competition again.
Well, thanks, Darryl, and we wish both of you guys all the best for next weekend's race. Stay with us just after this second round motocross action from AA.